Okay. So why don't we come to a comfortable seat? Yeah, and rooting the sit bones, just allowing the energy in the body to drop just a little bit so we stabilize and get present. And eyes can be open or closed, but in any case, from the feet upward, let's just begin to slowly scan the body. And just noticing how the body feels right now. So some of us live here, we just got up, and some of us live other places where you've been awake for a little while. And isn't it interesting how the body, the fascia changes through the day? So often in the morning, we might feel a little bit of contraction, but notice how your body feels. And particularly pay attention to the areas that have something to say. Let's put it that way. Moving up into the thighs and the hips, into the belly, the rib cage, and the back, feeling into the back. Lengthening the spine just a little bit, and this noticing the shoulders and the neck. We're going to work with the shoulders a little bit today. Drawing the back of the skull back and up slightly. Yes. And just as you hold your entire body in awareness, can you do that first? Can you hold the entire body in your awareness? And then let's just acknowledge that we came here this morning for a reason. Let's be sure to meet our intentions. So we draw the palms together at the heart. And what is our intention for our practice? Mine, I will tell you, is a little bit about addressing the shoulders and looking at transitions, looking at how we move from one place to the next. Wonderful. Okay, so from here, let's just release the hands. We'll take the right hand to the left side of the skull, just above the ear, and gradually draw the right ear down toward the right shoulder, releasing the left shoulder downward. And go gentle here. Yes. Going gently, just feeling into the muscles all along the left side. In fact, you could take the left fingertips to the floor a little bit if that helps to. Yeah, but let's keep it easy. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, switching sides gently. Dropping the right shoulder, moving it away. Good. Keep the left shoulder pretty relaxed as well. Wonderful. And then slowly rise back up. Good. And if you do have a strap or a towel, this will help you immensely. Anything that you can take about like this. It's going to depend on the opening of your shoulders here, but we're going to send the strap up. You might find that, wow, you need to go a little bit wider. We'll slowly draw it back and down. Yep, a little bit of flossing of the shoulders forward and back. Yeah, feeling in. And you may notice that one shoulder tends to rise, or you lead with one arm over the other one. And when you get to where there's a lot of tightness, just pause, go a little bit slower in there. Yep. And as I've been saying a lot lately, have it be delicious. Yep. Delicious is often an inside job. Go take the arms all the way up, and then let's just extend over to the right. Let the weight of the right hand open up the left side, but keep your left sit bones rooted. Breathing into the left side. Good. Noticing if you came to your edge already, and have it be somewhere comfortable. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, come to the other side. You may notice a difference between sides. Keep the right sit bone really rooted downward. Yes, well done. It's so funny to say well done. Well done, great job. And then inhale, rise up. And let's just twist off to the right for a moment. Now here you'll notice the sit bones, your pelvis, go take your attention down there. Let your right sit bone travel back just a little bit. Twist around, have it feel good. And you might then let the right hand get heavy, opening up the left side in the twist. And then come back around. See where you can go. Let the left sit bone draw back a little bit. And then maybe the left hand draws down. Good. And then we come back to neutral position. Release your strap. Have your strap near your mat. And let's come to child's pose, shall we? Child's pose on the mat. Just allow the body to release downward. And once you've done that, bring your attention to your breath. So in many of these, what I've been calling the COVID-19 flow practices, we've been focusing on a particular posture that we work toward. And today we're more interested in resting our awareness in the space between postures and see what that's like. See what it's like to rest our awareness on the breath. I said last week that the present moment can be a refuge. And how can the present moment be a refuge is by resting our awareness on the breath. And it doesn't seem like there's much to hold on to in that scenario. And that is true. So how is it that we can be so present with less clutching and clinging so we can enjoy our lives? All right, so we'll use the practice as a way of exploring that this morning. So slowly from child's pose, rise up onto hands and knees. Good, then let's take puppy, tuck your toes under, send your arms forward, fingertips grasp the floor a little bit. Drawing the pubic bone back behind you, way back behind you, lengthening the side body. Then rising up onto hands and knees into cat and send the shoulder blades away from one another. So really rounding. Some call it arching. Make an arch. Good. Draw the navel to the spine and take a few breaths into the upper back. Yes, feeling into that stretch. And then go ahead and sink the navel downward for a moment. Just gradually lengthen the front spine. Inhale. And exhale, rounding. Let the neck lengthen here. Inhale. Extend the spine and exhale, rounding. Good, one more. Just teasing some space out of the spine. Good, then come back to neutral and sweep your right arm out to the side and up, reaching up as high as we'll go. And then exhale, right arm comes underneath the left arm. Place your face down on the floor, so your cheek is down. Left hand presses. And let's have this be a shoulder stretch. So we may not need to go very far. We might interlace the fingers. So it's like holding hands with ourselves. Just draw the right shoulder blade down and place the weight of your body into the right side of your torso. If you wish to go on, left hand can press into the floor, left leg can extend back. We'll have the hips square, extending through the left heel. Good, some of you might want to make this even more fancy, in which case we bend the left knee, reach back for the foot, and open the left shoulder this way. But careful with the neck on this one. Good, and then we slowly exhale wherever we were. We gradually rise up, come back up on the hands and knees, drawing navel to spine. Left arm out to the side and up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, tuck it underneath. Right hand presses, or you can hold your hands. And there's one other variation, which is the right arm can go way over the ear, so your fingertips come to the floor. Good, choose one. You could send the right leg back, hip bones down. Or bend the knee, reach back for the foot, extending. And inhaling and exhale, make your way down, coming back up onto hands and knees. Good, tuck your toes under, send your hips up and back, just walk back and forth a little bit, pedaling out the legs. Good, drawing navel to spine. Good, then send both inside and outside hips, the heels downward toward the floor. Could roll the upper arm bones out and down, so a little external rolling of the upper arm bones. Draw the navel back into the spine, lift your hips up high. In fact, come up onto the balls of the feet for a moment. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step forward between your hands. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we fold, release. Again, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. Good, push the ground away slowly. We rise all the way up. Now, would you hook your thumbs so the palms are facing forward and open up the whole front of the body. Feel your feet root into the floor. Have your shoulder blades scoop up your heart. Make the front body so long and draw the tailbone downward toward your heels. Good, one more big breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Draw the palms together at the heart. And we'll open the practice. It's official. We open the practice with the Gayatri Mantra. Palms in Anjali Mudra. And join me if you'd like. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Okay, so let's take the arms all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, please. Step back into plank pose. Drawing the heels back behind you. Hug the whole body. Yep, hug your bones with your muscles. Draw the navel into the spine. Notice where your head is. Often it will drop here. So separate your shoulder blades wide apart. Wonderful. Inhale. Exhale, knees down and place the whole body down. Point your toes back, root your feet. Inhale, pull the mat. So just a little bit of upper back opening here. And then exhale, slowly lower. Again, inhale, pull the mat, root the legs. Breathe into the upper back and the chest. And then slowly come down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, barely use your hands and focus on the upper back. You take the tippy tail of your tailbone down toward your heels. And then slowly release. And send your arms back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Draw the shoulder blades together. And go ahead and lift the feet off for this variation. So the legs come off, the pelvis is heavy. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Couple breaths here. Yes, taking care of the shoulders and the chest for the heavy computer usage that most of us are participating in. Inhale, exhale, down we come. Hands under the shoulders, tuck your navel into your spine and back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, drawing the hips up. Draw your femur bones up and back behind you. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees. Look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, push the ground away, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, release the arms. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, lower through. The way you do. Inhale, cobra or upward dog if you know it. Exhale, back over the toes. Good, and we work with what we've got this morning. But we're very interested in tethering our awareness to our breath. And so wherever we go, we are breathing easily. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold. Let the head and neck hang. Then push the ground away. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release the arms. Okay, well done. So chair pose, we're going to bend the knees, but today let's have the feet so they're about hip width apart. Bend the knees, sit down in chair. Reach up. As we often say, turn your body into a lightning bolt. Root into your heels. Inhale. Exhale, take your right arm to the inside of your right leg, and then turn and twist your rib cage off. Left arm can go out to the side and up. Pressing right arm into the right leg, and the right leg presses back. We notice here, notice the breath. Can the breath move pretty easily through the body with where we are? Inhale, exhale, left arm lowers, it comes to the inside, and then we twist off. Make space between the arms. Draw your sit bones back behind you. Good, notice the breath. Couple more breaths here. Left leg presses into left arm presses back. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower, and then back to chair pose. Don't we love chair? It helps us to feel alive, this chair pose. Then inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, palms down, step or float back, and either knees and torso down, or take a vinyasa. Settling into the dog. Now sweep your right leg up and back behind you. The left kneecap is lifted. I think last week we worked a lot on stretching the fascia in the body. Remember that, this fabric of fascia all through the body, so there's this even stretch. Inhale, exhale, right side of rib cage, foot lands lightly. Keep your back heel off, slowly rising up into a lunge position. Settling the weight of the pelvis. Draw the femur bones in toward each other. Watch the breath. A couple more breaths here. Opening up the fascia now on the front of the left hip and thigh lightly. Well done. Inhale. Exhale, left arm under right arm. Palms draw together unless they don't. In which case we take the hands to the shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding forward, slicing the air as we go. Have the right shoulder right up against the inner right thigh. And then can you let the head and neck relax? Trusting on our balance. And noticing the breath. Good. Then slowly inhale, rise back up. Unwind your hands. Take your hands to your hips. Sweep your left leg forward. Come to tree pose. Foot at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. Notice that the hands on the hips do point to a balanced pelvis. Zip up your midline. Draw the palms together at the heart. And then send the arms upward. All right, so listen here. In our tree pose, bend your right elbow. Take your left hand to your right elbow. And lengthen the right tricep a little bit by drawing the tip of the right elbow upward. Like it's the top of your tree, because it is. Good. Continue to feel as though the front of the pelvis is drawing up toward the bottom of your rib cage. And then unwind your arms and take your left arm under your right arm, or hands hold shoulders, and take your left leg around your right leg for eagle pose and sit down. So transition from one balance pose to the next does require a lot of presence of mind, doesn't it? Sitting down a little deeper. Good. Unwind your arms like cactus. Sweep your left leg way back behind you. Come back to the lunge. Inhale. Exhale, palms in prayer position. Now turn and pivot. Come all the way to the back of the mat and take your right heel off. Straighten the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, cross the right elbow around the left thigh. Rooting back through the right leg. Sinking in. Watching the breath. Inviting the organs to move to the left. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back. So many instructions. And then feeling into the posture. And inhale. Exhale, the hands land on the ground. Sweep the left leg up and back. Stack your hips. Yep, keep the legs straight, would you? And then just pull back, opening here. Head and neck soft. Rib cage draws in a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Turn pivot. Facing forward so your feet are parallel with one another. Then walk your fingertips forward. Pull the pelvis back behind you. Nice to bend the knees first here just to get a little bit more traction. And then let the head and neck relax. The jaw relaxes. And here we are with the breath. And all of these sensations in the body. And we're very interested this morning in freedom around neck and shoulders and the heart. Take all 10 toes off the ground. Root the four corners of your feet deeply into the floor. Slide your hands in beneath your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands back to the front of your mat. Either meet in downward dog or slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back over the toes. Just watching the breath, watching the tide of breath. Good Memorial Day weekend. So many people go to the beach here in California on Memorial Day weekend. And we've got a beach right here in the breath, watching the tide. And take the left leg up and back, stretch it up and back. Feel the whole fabric of the body. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, thigh to rib cage, foot lands lightly. Back heel is over the ball. We slowly rise up. As we settle in, root downward. Yes. Okay, so in any posture, first we find the ground. And we root. Then we notice, is there ease through the body? And then we notice, where does the energy seem to accumulate in the shape? And is there anywhere in the shape that we'd like to bring more energy or awareness to? And then we watch the breath. And then we be in the pose. We really be here. We inhale, exhale, cross your arms, likely right arm under left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cut to the air in front of you. Let the hands come to the ground. Release the head and neck if possible. And we go back. Now we have a new shape. So in this shape, in order to keep the balance, we've got to really deeply root. And then look for ease. And then look for what needs our attention and awareness. And be sure that we're breathing. And we're here. Good. Feel the feet root. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, arms go wide. Inhale, draw the right foot forward. Choose your tree. Foot to the inside of something but not the knee. Take the arms upward. Good. Draw the pelvis and the lower ribs slowly a bit together for most of us. Yes? Good. Then bend your left elbow. Take your right hand, lengthening the tricep, growing a little taller. Here with the breath. Okay, unwind again, big eagle arms. We take the right leg over the left arm under the right, sit down, squeeze. Draw your knees in towards center, and steady breath, steady gaze. Sinking, sinking, sinking some more. Okay, well done. Take the right leg back behind you. Open the arms out once again. Good, so from here, we're gonna pivot. Come all the way around. Take your palms together in prayer position. Take your back heel off. Draw your rib cage toward your pubic bone, and we cross. Good, cross, wake up the legs. So rooting, grounding, softening where necessary, energizing where necessary, steady breath, steady gaze, and right here. Well done. Inhale. Exhale, lift the elbow off. Transition, come all the way around to the front of the mat. Careful in that transition. Hands down, left leg back. Lower through, or knees and torso down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale over the toes. And feeling in. Feeling in. Well done. So will you come to child's pose, please? And take the knees wide so the big toes are together. Just allow the forehead to come to the mat. And watching each breath as it rises and passes. Seems so simple. And yet the mind. And yet the mind. So this breath, and this breath, and we practice opening and softening the upper back and the top chest. But from the inside out. So just allowing for some openness in there. Yeah, so that's part of the inside job. This business of remaining open despite it all. Despite whatever our all is. We slowly slide the hands in beneath the shoulders, and let's come up to a seat, whatever is comfortable for you. Yeah, get yourself there one way or another. So the sit bones are down, the knees are into the chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and let's balance on the sit bones. And as we balance here, we want to see how far forward can we come before we tip right over. Yes, how far forward? That's all it's about. And the big cue here is to draw the lower navel back toward the front of the spine and down, and guide that action through the lower navel, drawing in and down. Relax the shoulders. Yeah, okay, we're going to try one more time. See how far forward you can come before you roll over the sit bones. Yeah, okay, good. And then release. Take the legs up so your shins are pretty well parallel to the floor, and make some decisions. The hands can come back behind the thighs, navel to spine, or the arms forward. And some of you might take the legs up, pointing the toes. Yep, have it be somewhere you can the edge. We make friends with the edge. Good. Place the feet down on the ground. Take your hands back behind you. Curl tailbone up toward the back of the knees. Lengthen through the front of the thighs. And release the head and neck, if that's okay for your neck. Slide the shoulder blades in toward each other slightly. Feel all along the back body how strong you are. Take the breath high up into the top of the lungs. In fact, this next breath so high up that it's as if you've got gills at your throat. Breathe in through there. Slowly release hips to the floor. Okay, so this next move, this is one thing that's so interesting about YouTube, is I can't see you. So I don't actually know what you can and can't do, and I really care about your safety. So we're going to do a little rolling this morning, and you'll have to decide if rolling is for you. So we'll try it first. We'll inhale back, exhale forward, and yeah, like we're rolling out cookie dough or bread. And we're treating this like a massage for the muscles along the spine, which it is. And we'll come up this next time and come right into your boat pose. Good, drawing navel to spine. And what do we have to root into here? Well, the navel to the spine rooting down and the sit bones rooting down, that is quite a root. But then there's a lot of subtly finding ease where there isn't a lot of ease, and directing the energy through the body so the whole body is here on our behalf, working on our behalf. Good, and then let's roll again. Couple more. And are we here for each roll? Or has the mind gone somewhere else? Usually future or past, yes? And then slowly rise up and take the legs long. And separate your toes wide apart. And some of you will have the knees bent as you fold forward, out and down. But let's place the navel, the belly right up against the thighs and sink in. Yeah, so I love this, that the movement is guided completely by the breath. And if the breath can easily move along the areas that we're lengthening or strengthening, then we know in yoga that we're really at one with the body. It's all simpatico. So as we lengthen the back body here, can you feel the breath guiding the opening of the back of the body? Okay, inhale, slowly rise. Draw the knees into the chest. Yes, indeed, we're rolling again. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time take the legs wide. Like I'm not good with angles, but probably 45, yeah? Not too wide. Root the sit bones. Travel out with ease and with breath. Good, knees can be bent here as well. And then have the breath penetrate whatever you find along the way. I think practically in every class I talk a little bit about fight, flight, and freeze. And that those tendencies are with us all the time, aren't they? And in all cases, one must ask, well, what is the breath doing when in fight or in flight or in freeze? Yeah, and then how can the breath meet when we want to go to one of those? How can the breath meet one of those so that we're able to hang there on the edge with it, and instead of going right into reaction, we're able to give it the room it needs to be felt. Okay, slowly rise up. So here's the question. If you bend your knees and you lean back a little bit, can you lift the legs up and grab the outside of the feet? We might need to try that a couple of times. So lift up, grasp. Good. Back down again, grasp. Notice navel to spine. That has a lot to do with the whole situation. Draw the shoulder blades down. Lift the heart. Okay, oh no, guess what we're doing? We're going to roll back. So you be sure there's nothing back there. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Yes, you're still holding your feet, and it is extremely awkward. And you could bend your knees, keep your spine round, and just try it. Because I bet you haven't done this for a while. Play with knees bent, grasping the feet, good, and then shoot the legs out once again to whatever extent you can. And then maybe as you bring the legs together, draw the navel to the spine. Knees can be bent. In fact, you could be holding your calves. Lengthen the spine, push the feet upward. Good. And then slowly release the legs, take them long, point your toes, take your hands back behind you, scoop your shoulder blades in toward each other, straighten the legs, point the toes, soles of the feet down. Some of you may find you like the reverse tabletop variation better with the knees bent. And the whole back body opens, and we take the breath up into the collarbone area. Strong legs. And then slowly we release. Okay, I'm going to say well done. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, slowly come down onto the side. You can just rest your head on your left arm. The left knee can be bent a little bit. And we'll send the right leg up. And if the left knee's bent, it's more helpful for rooting and grounding. You've got a little bit more base of support. You can take the right hand anywhere along the right leg. Or that strap, you can wrap the strap around the ball of the right foot. And we've talked before about the image of the mast, you know, the sail, like you're the boat, but you've got this leg and arm that's the sail, and you want to open the sail, create some tension there. Because what we're doing then is we're supporting the geometry of this shape by creating some lift against the steady body. And here we are. Lots of forces at play here. Drawing the right sit bone towards your left heel. Rooting, grounding. Find some ease. Directing energy. Observing breath. And being here. Riding the wave of breath. Good, riding the wave. Lots of riding the waves lately, yeah? And we slowly release, coming down. You might roll over to the other side. or since I don't want to have my back to you, I'm going to go this way. Good, releasing the head down. Right knee might be bent. Good, strap the foot if you'd like. But in any case, the objective here is to feel the lift upward on the leg and the arm. And the inner objective are the variety of qualities that we bring to the moment. Grounding, rooting. You know, sometimes when there's conflict, we lose our ground. Especially with fight, flight, and freeze. Energy goes up often into the top of the body. So rooting, grounding. Find some ease. Can we find ease in every moment? Every moment. How do we do that? And then I notice the directing energy sometimes too much up here in my head, and I've lost access to parts of my body. So that's one of the beautiful things about this practice is feeling into parts of the body, so much intelligence in there, deepening our sense of intuition and instinct, knowing how to roll next. Observing breath, being in the moment, because that's what we've got. That's the good news. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Well done. Let's come up now to a seat. Taking mermaid pose. So this is an interesting one. Bend your right knee, take the foot back. Some of you may find that you like to be up on a block, especially if it bothers your knees. So then from here, I've got my left foot right against the inner right thigh. Now I'm going to go ahead and let the sit bone rise as I revolve. Bring the back of the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left fingertips are back behind. You'll notice the difference between dropping the right sit bone and having this twist at the upper spine, which there's definitely a place for that, or letting the sit bone rise, the pelvis rise. You choose for yourself what feels better for you today. Yeah, and then you can just allow the left ear to travel downward toward your left shoulder a little bit, lengthening sternocleidomastoid muscles along the right side of the neck. Yeah, that's a big wow. You might take the chin up slightly. Feel in. And then releasing, drawing the legs around, right knee forward, sole of the foot right up against the inner thigh. Take the back of the left hand, right fingertips to the floor. Noticing the difference on this side between letting the sit bone lift and keeping it stationary and doing the work at the top of the rib cage. And then beginning to you want the shoulders down here, just allow the right ear. Watch any tendency to force. Let the breath be your guide. Let the breath be your guide. Good, you can turn the chin upward toward the ceiling. And then slowly inhaling, come back to center. And then let's lie back. Let's lie back preparing for bridge pose. Now, if you had a block nearby, I would suggest taking the block between the thighs. Not that anyone wants to do that, but it's really helpful to engage the inner legs. So today's bridge, we will lift the hips up and root the upper arm bones down, point the fingers up, and we'll interlace the fingers then. Once we've got that real rooting through the upper arm bones, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders in, press the arms into the ground, push the feet into the floor, squeeze the block or the book if you've got one, and lengthening the knees away from the torso. Chest draws toward chin a little bit and really breathe into that space. Squeeze, couple more breaths, come up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, exhale, release your hands, and one vertebrae at a time we come down. Release the block away from you, soles of the feet together, knees go wide. Turn the palms up. Yeah, stretch open the hands, stretch the fingers. And then draw the legs in so that your knees point up, and go ahead and take the legs over to your left. But with your right hand, hold your left wrist and draw the left arm over to the right, just pulling gently as you push the feet into the floor. Pull gently to the right, the left arm. You might feel along the shoulder, the outside of the shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, legs now to the right. Grasp the right wrist. Yeah, this one's tricky because the shoulders want to come up around the ears, but keep them away. And then breathe into that sensation. It's one of the great, so many things about this practice that are great. But one of the great things is that the practice teaches us to not run away, to approach what we find in the body and listen to it. That everything that arises is valuable. It's all a teacher. Otherwise, we're just kind of like a ping pong ball, reacting all the time. We slowly inhale, come back up. Exhale, happy baby, grabbing the calves or the ankles or the feet. Allowing the breath to widen into the body. Drawing the tailbone down toward the floor. Softening where we can. Softening where we can because we can. Softening into this moment and releasing the legs long out in front of us. And we lie back. We take this time for Shavasana. Allowing the palms to turn upward toward ceiling. And the skull to rest deeply into the ground, relying on the ground. Relying on the ground. Creating ease through the body. from the inside out, because it's an inside job. Embracing the whole body in our awareness, leaving nothing out. Following the path of the breath, because that is the path. The breath is the path. And holding it all in our awareness. So today's poem is brought to you by Adya Shanti. It's called The Shape of Love. What we see is not the most important. Could dust rise without the invisible hand of the wind? Could a fan turn without any current? Could lungs breathe without breath? Tell me, what is the shape of love? How much does joy weigh when held in the palm of your hand? Can you catch the spirit of life in a jar? All things seen depend upon the unseen. All sounds depend upon silence. All things felt depend upon what is not felt. We make great friends with the unseen. Resting our awareness on the present moment. Is safe. We gradually lengthen the breath. Let's draw the knees into the chest and give ourselves a hug. Extend the right arm up over the head. We roll to the side. And we pause. And may somehow what we've gained from our practice, may it be passed on to those who are suffering in any way. We all come up to a comfortable seat. Yeah, let's draw the palms together at the heart. We'll close our practice with that chant that we love, to generosity, to integrity, to patience, to joyful effort, to letting go often, and to trusting our inner wisdom, the unseen. One round. Join me if you will. Let's bring the hands to the forehead, right thought. May we be steady and present and joyful. The hands come to the mouth, right speech. May our words improve upon the silence. And our hands come to our heart, right action. May we be the change that we wish to see. Namaste. So thanks for joining me. I'll be here all summer. I have big plans. We're going to have a summer challenge. And I'm not going to tell you about what my plans are, but I'm glad that we get to be together in this way. I miss seeing you, but I'm sure glad that you're there. I'm sure glad that you're there. All right, enjoy your weekend. Love your people. Love your people. Take care.